Tattoo artists of Reddit, do you judge people for the tattoos they want to get? If so, what was the one you really thought was stupid? I try not to judge, but I have a difficult time not doing so sometimes. The most interesting tattoo I've ever done was on a guy who came in wanting the words, "Bridget, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I love you." I would say it was the most dumb tattoo I've ever done, but, well, you just have to have the full picture. The story goes like this. 38-year-old guy was dating and living with his girlfriend of 2 years. She wanted to get married. He was reluctant because she didn't fit some ideals he had in his head for his long-term partner. They were all superficial things. She was shorter than he liked, and blonde. He preferred brunettes. So she left him. 2 months later he realizes he made a huge mistake. The only problem is that she's moved on and is dating someone and has made it clear that she's not interested. This is when this gentleman comes to get the tattoo that is going to solve all of his problems. He tells me that he's arranged to have dinner with her in a week. He intends to plead for her to come back to him, and when she inevitably doubts his sincerity, he will reveal his tattoo as a sign of his commitment. I try to talk him out of it, but he's an adult, sober, and of seemingly sound mind. I do the tattoo. Cut to that very next day. It's my off day. I'm at my friend's subdivision pool and I notice this guy who is remarkably attractive. He's also playing around with some of the kids there, and I lean over to my friend and inquire as to Hottie McCodypants' identity. She tells me about how he's the new boyfriend of her pretty blonde neighbor who had just gotten out of a long-term relationship. Her name? You guessed it. Bridget. In the flesh. At this point I'm wriggling with the excitement of seeing this girl in person, and the anxiety of having knowledge of what is about to happen to her without being able to reveal it. Over the next few days, little billboards start popping up around town. "Bridget, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I love you." We all know how this is going to end. Bridget sees the tattoo, freaks the fuck out, and this guy leads the rest of his life with an uncomfortable tattoo. But that's not what happened. He has dinner with Bridget. She sees the tattoo, and she completely changes her mind. She breaks up with her boyfriend, gets back together with her ex, and 3 months later, they get engaged. They have a destination wedding, and are still married today. I know this because I saw both of them at that same pool 3.5 months later, and they both came over and Bridget gave me a big hug and thanked me. Also, the billboards earlier that month all over town that said, "Bridget, I love you. Will you marry me?" helped tip me off. And that's my story of how the dumbest tattoo I've ever done ended up being not dumb at all. I wouldn't recommend anyone else trying it though.